Hey guys, this is Dan's Review and I'm back. Ban list has just dropped. It's official of today of recording, and I'm going to show you how you can make Yummy go into Fiendsmith and how Fiendsmith can get into Yummy. Let's get right into the video. Hey guys, this is Dan's Review and I'm back. The ban list is in full effect September 15th as the recording of today. So we know that Moon of the Closed Heaven, the bridge between Fiendsmith and Yummy, was banned. So most likely most people would think, hey, it makes sense to play the deck because we can't bridge into each other, that kind of thing. But I'm here to show you, hey, we can still bridge to some certain point with this basic combo here. With Engraver, and of course I have one card to discard for the Copsy Synchro, Copsy Yummy Way. Yeah, so I'm here to show you the combo of how this Engraver can still get you your Yummy board. And plus, well, at least Requiem in graveyard with Lacrima, so you could have an interruption to send the track to the graveyard paradise. So enough of the talking, let's get into the combo. Short and simple. So yeah, you want this card and Engraver, of course. So you're going to activate Engraver, send to the graveyard, and you're going to get Fiendsmith track, right? And then you get Fiendsmith track to hand. You activate Fiendsmith track, you will get Lurie, discard Lurie, Lurie effect a special back. So you get Lurie. Alright, so now you're going to link off Lurie, go into Requiem, Requiem effect, special Lacrima, Lacrima of the Crimson Tears itself, effect a send. We send in the next Engraver to graveyard. Then we use an Engraver effect from graveyard, we turn one of the Engravers right back into the deck, and we special summon Engraver. Right? Now, with this now, we're using track in the graveyard effect to fuse. Now, a lot of people don't really use this effect too often, but in this case, we're going to use it. So we're going to banish it, and we're going to fuse these two back to the graveyard, right? Into the extra monster zone, anyone, it doesn't matter, into Fiendsmith Lacrima because it now come off the ban list. So definitely a great card for the combo in general for the Fiendsmith engine, especially when your Fiendsmith cards get banished from probably a Bestial or Lady Crow. Yeah, definitely good. So use the effect on summon. It says it can, if this card is fusion summon, you can target one of your light fiend monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, add it to your hand, or special summon it. So we specifically go into special Lurie because it's a level 1, of course. Special summon Lurie. Right? Now we're going to link off Lacrima into Gravity Controller because it needs a 1 non-link monster in the extra monster zone. Right? So now we're going to turn, of course, this and this, a link 1 and a level 1, into Copsy Yummy Way. Right? Or the glare, excuse the glare from the light. Now you have this in the graveyard. When this go to the graveyard, you could also use this to recycle the Lurie and inflict 1200 life points to them. Right? So I forgot this step. So let you just remember, hey, use this effect, put this back into the deck. And you inflict 1200 life points to them along the way, making the OTK easier when they come back to your turn. Right? So don't forget that part, right? And you still had these in graveyard. This will get this, and this will special this, and this will send this. So you have an interruption from the graveyard. Right? And you still have an engraver for follow-up by recycling this and, you know, doing your Fiendsmith stuff. Yeah. So that's good. So now proceed into effect search these two. Of course, right? So you have these two now. So we're going to discard the one random card in the graveyard, and now we're going to special Copsy effect. You will search surprise, and now we have surprise and cookie in graveyard in hand. Now we're going to link off this into Snatchy effect. Now we have Snatchy and Copsy on the grave. You could, you know, dodge impulms and stuff like that, but it has some choke points from before. But definitely this is a good part to play around certain cards. We get minion there on the field, right? So now we can synchro these two into Lollipo Yummy Way, special in back 2. Right? So we can special back 1 and we can special back 2. The effects negated, of course. Because you control a link monster, you can use minion to special back cops. Right? Now, sorry for the glare. Trying to play around the glare. Play around the glare. Yeah, so we will take these two and send them to the graveyard. Right? And we will go into Metal Marcher. Metal Marcher now effect to bring back the big copsy. Right? And now we will big copsy, and now we have this here. Now we can special cookie from hand, and we could use Marcher on that and go into Herald, right? And from here now we could either use Surprise. Well, this is before Marshmallow, eh? I don't have Marshmallow as yet, but if we had Marshmallow, I would do the combo different. But yeah, you would think Surprise. Surprise could bring back anyone, it doesn't really matter. Right? And we could turn this into next Snatchy. So we had these two on board. Right? This negated, of course, but that is no problem. So since Surprise gone to the grave, we can use Surprise to turn into the Link 2. I don't really know its name. Yeah, I don't really know its name, but and I will even try to pronounce it. So yeah, so now you can turn the negated Yummy Snatch that came off of the Lollipop and the cookie into this guy, right? And use this effect. Use this effect. Don't mind the zones and wherever it's placed in. Just trying to, play around the glares. And use the effect to set back the snatch, set back the surprise. And now you have Lollipop to bring back 2. We have Herald for negate. We have a set surprise, and we have well, if they destroy this, you flick 1500 life points to destroy a card on the field, and we have the Snatchy. Now, of course, if they try to attack with the Snatchy or wherever, we could surprise, bring back Copsy, get a search for follow-up, or for follow-up, and then we could use these two and go into, Cookie, the big Cookie Yummy Way and Book of Moon, wherever. So on their turn, we have Herald, we have Surprise, you have this to bring back 2, we're doing the whole, yummy thing. And we still have Lacrima and Fiendsmith Requiem to go into, Paradise. To go into Paradise. So we have extra form of interruption and we have follow-up. And that is combo how we get one engraver and a discard into this yummy end board. Of course. And of course we will get the next field spell for the pop and that kind of thing on there too. So I hope you enjoyed that combo, and that is the combo I came up with on my own to one engraver going to Fiendsmith Yummy still with the yummy board and board. Oh, also on their turn as well, you could make this, well, you will bring back this by using Lollipop from the board I just showed you. And when you put this back into the extra deck, you can make it on their turn still, and add 2 yummy monsters, which will probably be Copsy and Lollipop, and discard the Lollipop on their turn in the graveyard in case you need a graveyard interruption. Right, so you're still getting all the yummy monsters into rotation, and the Fiendsmith engine into rotation, and the interruption from the Paradise in the graveyard into rotation. Right? So that is all for one engraver and a discard, of course. So this is combo number 2. So the first combo I just showed you previously was how Fiendsmith engraver and a discard would get you into the yummy line, right, into the yummy part of the deck. So now I'm going to show you how the yummy part of the deck will get you into the Fiendsmith part of the deck for more interruptions. But I would tell you this, the yummy, opening the yummy part of the deck first gets you into better end board than the actual Fiendsmith into the yummy part of the deck. And you'll see the difference in the end board. Hopefully a little more organized and fitting it on the screen. So mine, excuse the glare from the camera. So I'll try to play around the glare as much as I can. And excuse the messiness, but I'll organize here. So let's get into the combo. So this is combo number 2. Yummy into the Fiendsmith combo. Right, so I'm going to show you how. No moon, no problem. I don't have marshmallow as yet, it's not released as yet, not official as yet. But this is before marshmallow come out. Right, so first part of the combo. So along the way, we all know that we could, if this could be probably cookie or lollipop, and we will get this along the way. So even if you ain't open this, don't worry, it's still good to go. But let me just go with the best starter. So we all normal summon, use the effect. We will search surprise to hand. We have surprise and we discard, no problem. Link it off. We're going for snatchy effect. Place minion effect. Target cookie, target copsy, and special it onto the board. Now, usually you're going to this synchro first, but I don't want to do that first. I want to go into this synchro first. So we're going to synchro the two. Going to lollipop yummy way and special these two back from the graveyard, negated. Right? Excuse the glare. Right, so we have these two in hand. You can see them off the camera there. So now we have these two here now. We can now take these two, go into cookie yummy way, and we are going to synchro. Sorry, we're going to use the synchros effect to search for 2. So we're searching cookie and lollipop, and we're discarding the one random card that we have. Right? Up in the graveyard here. Right, cool. Now, with these two now, we're going to special lollipop from our hand, and we are going to link these two off into reproductors. Yes, reproductors. So reproductors effect is any 2 monsters, so very generic. You can activate one of these effects, declare one monster type, all face-up monsters discard points to become that type until the end of this turn, or you could declare one attribute and all face-up monsters discard points to become that attribute till the end of this turn. And of course, all the yummy monsters are light, so therefore we're going to change the type of the monster into a fiend. So now you'll use the cookie, special it into the zone underneath the reproductors, of course, and we still have this on the field, so that's how we use to special that, and we had this in hand. So now we use the effect, change this into a fiend, so now it's a light fiend, and now we're going to link it off into Requiem, and then we're going to Requiem, special Lacrima effect, send engraver to graveyard. Right? So now we're going to take these two, link them off, go into Fiendsmith sequence. So we could use the effect, and we can shuffle back all 3 in the graveyard back into the deck, and we get Fiendsmith Desiree, and then we could link off these two, go into Agnonde, use Agnonde effect, target the Desiree, special Desiree, equip this to Desiree, and then use the sequence to equip to Desiree. So now we have up to 5 negates. You understand? You can negate up to 5 cards, but I doubt we'll be, doing that. But with this now, we could negate things like, evenly match, Raigeki, those kind of things. Right? And of course, we still had the surprise in hand, and we have this in defense mode. The reason why I did it in this order, this has 2200 defense. So if we went for this first, and we lollipop or whatever, you know, I rather have this on the end board than lollipop, because lollipop only had 1200 defense, so you can just normal something that's stronger than lollipop's defense and attack over it, and they get rid of all the yummy, you know, interruptions. But I would rather just have this on board with 2200 defense so they can attack it over easily, and we add the surprise just in case for follow-up or for interruptions, right? But instead of going for Desiree, if you don't want to go for Desiree with the Crips for negate, we could go back a step now. So let me put back this up here, put back over there, and instead of fusing for Desiree, we use the effect and fuse for Lacrima by recycling these two, right, back into the deck, and you get Lacrima. And then we use Lacrima effect to target the engraver from graveyard and special summon, right? We haven't used engraver effect as yet, so what we go do, we link off these two, we're going to SP, right? And now we can use the engraver effect to return the sequence back into the deck and special summon itself onto the field, and then we could overlay into Caesar. And now we have two negates with Caesar, a banish with SP, the full yummy line going to, you know, bringing back lollipop and bringing back, you know, this for a draw or follow up, and you know, you have the link monster in the graveyard, and you only use one snatchy, of course, and you have all the yummy monsters in the graveyard for rotation, for destruction, for banish, for draw, search, follow up. And when we do the combo and we bring back the snatchy and thing, we would then go into this field spell, which will give us extra destruction, and if our monster leave face up to the field by our opponent's card effect, we can special one from the deck. And of course, we have the Book of Moon on there too. So that's how the end board could be. If you know you're playing against a deck that have a lot of, like, you know, special summoning going on, Caesar definitely applies different, more pressure, and you have a banish, and you have the whole, you know, so you have the Book of Moon, the destruction from Cookie, destruction from field spell, surprise, which could be bounces, the banish from Lollipop, that is 5, the draw or the follow-up from Cupsy, which if the draw could be a next hand trap, so basically 6, SP 7, and two negates of a Caesar 9. That's a lot. So I kind of prefer this board, but of course it loses to Board Breaker very easy, like one Raigeki. It's like, that's a nice board right there. So if they're going to Raigeki, at least you will just SP target these two, and you'll have that for follow-up when you banish these two, right? And then you can just use the surprise and bring back Lollipop and still try to get your rotation into board, right? But of course Caesar board. But yeah, so that's it. That's combo number 2. So I showed you how Fiendsmith could still go into Yummy, and how Yummy could go into Fiendsmith. These guys, you see these guys? Hold on. See these guys? They're the key. When you want Fiendsmith to go into Yummy, you use this. When you want Yummy to go into Fiendsmith, you use this. These are the key. Alright, so I hope all you enjoyed the combo. I was just there lying down on my bed thinking of how can I bridge the two into each other, and it just came to my mind. You know, from past combos like Mitsurugi, Yummy using this, and of course, well, I used this before in Sprite, trying to make Toad before we got the support that made it easier to make Toad. And of course, this has been in a lot of degenerate combos before, so nobody is new to this unless you now start to play the game. So I hope you enjoyed the two combos. This is Danny's review, and I'm out.